Hello, my dear friends. So it's time for another Mully share session. It's going to turn into a bit of a habit, this, but it's really nice to use this space to unpack my progress, I guess, my journey along the way. And I've had a really interesting week. It's time to share. And I guess these will pop up when I've got something really amazingly challenging to share. And I have. It's kind of funny. I actually did a clip on this morning. I did a beautiful clip on it. And I think I've tried about 3 or 4 times to deliver something. I was trying to make it better and I just can't even come close to the way it flowed this morning. But I'm going to try, and there's a reason for that. I was in a space with other people around, and it just really what happened was I left something really important out of it, and I just felt like I wanted to include it. The funny thing is, I can't make it fit now. So let me start at the beginning. I had a dream last week, and dream space for me can be quite active and sometimes nonsensical. But every now and again, I have a dream and I come out of it with very distinct, sometimes discomfort, because I know that something's being shown to me. And in this case, the dream was about being in a situation that just was not unfolding in a way that I was comfortable and in a way that I wanted it to or expected it to. And that's sort of something that's really uncomfortable with people. I didn't know what else to do, and I fell back into a very old template of behaviour. And in my dream, there was a very conscious thought to go, I don't normally do this, but I created, I'm going to say manipulated, a big dramatic scene in my dream to make the situation unfold the way I wanted it to, and to make people behave the way I wanted them to. I was so disappointed, really disappointed in myself when I woke up. So much so that I took it to my coaching session this week, and I'm very fortunate. I have a coach, I have a life coach, a soul coach, and she is very, very good at walking me through things that are lessons for me and bringing me out the other side in a way that I no longer need to, or I fully understand why I respond that way, and that I no longer need to. I become free. And that's why it's kind of funny now. Because, manipulation is not just something that I have claim on. I'm going to own it. I've used manipulation consciously and unconsciously a lot of my life from my childhood on. It's a very specific behavioural pattern, and it's our attempt to control the outside world because that makes us more comfortable. We manipulate people into paying attention to us or liking us or not leaving us, or we use guilt and all sorts of things we use sympathy to get people to behave a certain way. The thing is, it's so important for me now to be in integrity and be completely honest and legitimate with what I think and feel. And I'm still learning this. But I will not stop on this path. The thing about manipulation is, well, there's two things really. You can't really control things that are outside of you. And when you think about why you have the urge to do that, it's generally because we're uncomfortable with it falling any other way other than the script and the story that we've somehow developed in our mind. And we think that we can control the outside. And we attempt to do that because the alternative is dealing with whatever's lacking on the inside. And we try to avoid that. But you think about it this way, if I'm manipulating someone to behave the way I want them to, I am not then with someone who is being authentic in their own space. They're not allowed to be. I want to be free to be who I am, and my choice is to have people around me who are just as comfortable. That was the work that I'd done, so you can imagine that dream was like a smack in the face. So I worked on that, and then last night I had a dream that I was at a dinner party with a number of really good friends, and I just happened to notice that someone was on the outside watching, and I thought, assumed, formulating judgments and criticism and opinions. Now, my response was again an old template of I started to orchestrate that event and tried to orchestrate the people in that event to be in our best light, so that what we looked like to the outside was this bunch of amazing people saying and doing amazing things, and amazing things would be thought of, not just me, but everyone. Yeah, I didn't like that one either. What's going on? What's going on? This is the thing though, right? What are we doing when we only present, the best side of ourselves, and we have this thought that the bits of us that are imperfect, which truly are just human and are probably shared by all of us, the mess and the rawness and the foibles and the the things that we think we're ashamed of, and things that we don't want to talk to others about. But we're all a bit messy, and we try to hide the mess, and what happens is we don't trust people, and we're not trusted with that. And that's not my choice anymore. My choice is, here is me, here is my mess, even if it is something like manipulation and oh dear Lord. Yeah, I wasn't happy with it about me. But I realised in that space after that dream that I was trying to make my life fit what other people would accept. This is my cat. Welcome aboard. So I don't want to do that. Here is me. Here's my life. I don't need to make it fit anybody's expectations, anybody else's script. And so what's happening is the people that are around me share that desire to be authentic and true and loving and trusting. And I respond to that. So for those people who are watching, thank you for your love and your honesty and your ability and desire to dig a bit deeper and put your mess on the table. Here is more of mine. I am not a title, an IQ, a $sign. I'm not attached to material possessions and status. I am a human being, and I am learning to love me just as I am. I am learning to release the bits that don't serve me, so that I can present my truest self. I am me. So I don't need to shine a spotlight on all my good stuff. In my space, in my vortex, you get me. And I hope that when you start to have a good look at who you are and your cup is full with love and self-acceptance, that all that other stuff falls away too. You are who you are. No need to try to make people think anything else other than that. And the most important thing is learn to share that. I don't even know if I came out at the end of that message the way I went in. I think my cat put me off. Let me have a look. Why don't I just throw a couple of cards down? How long have I been talking? 10 minutes. Actually, it's funny, on the bottom of this deck is the moon, and that's generally a card of shadows, things that we aren't yet aware of, the unconscious space. You know what? Life's too short. Life's too short to be running around hiding stuff. Hiding what we think makes us vulnerable and fragile. Be messy. Be raw. What are we going to get out of this deck? Be brave. Be courageous. If I don't get the cards that even remotely match this, that's completely cool. Something else is required. My cat doesn't even care. The world. Hold that thought. Don't drop it on the floor because I'll never be able to pick it up. The world is a card of cycles. It's the end of a big, big cycle in the major arcana of tarot. And it means bringing something to an end, and not a sudden end or a big catastrophic end, but closing down cycles and patterns. So perhaps that's kind of the suggestion, to start noticing what it is that you're doing that holds you back and stops people from seeing you in your truest form. End those patterns. Show up. Show up. Here it is, the devil. This is about what holds us bound. Can you see the chains in that? That's toxic behaviours and codependency and addictions. All those things that afflict us as humans that we might try to hide for shame and cover, and react to people defensively with fear and anger. It's the devil. It's the shadow. And the world brings that to an end. What are you trying to hide? What keeps you bound? And why not free yourself? One more. One more, because we like three. The Emperor. The Emperor obviously is the man, the master, the divine masculine in a lot of cases. He's the one in control. He's in control, and you think about the amazing things he needs to do to get to this position. But you can only ever truly control what's going on in here. Don't try to manipulate the world. Just show up for it. Have a good day.